my 4 years as a Member of Parliament, I keep coming back to this question. Whose interests does this place serve? Are the laws we pass and the structures we maintain serving the interests of our constituents? Are they designed to enrich and empower them, or do they deepen inequalities in wealth and power, serving the interests of the super rich and the companies that dominate our economy? And I say this, Mr. Deputy Speaker, because with this bill, this question feels more relevant than ever. This bill, which scales up fossil fuel extraction in the North Sea, just as we should be rapidly scaling it down, is obviously not to help our constituents. It's not about bringing down energy bills. Even the Secretary of State has admitted to that. It's not about energy security. A former BP boss has said new North Sea drilling is, and I quote, not going to make any difference to energy security, which is no surprise since fossil fuel companies are given ownership of what they extract and then they sell it on the world market. And this bill is the very opposite of tackling the climate crisis. This is a blatant truth recognised by the government's own Climate Change Committee, which said that this bill is not in line with net zero. So if this bill isn't about energy bills, energy security or tackling the climate crisis, what is it about? Well, the answer is simple. It's about maximising profit for fossil fuel giants, guaranteeing that they can extract every last bit of oil and gas, no matter the consequence for people and planet. And these companies are the last that need our support. As energy bills soared, and our constituents know that reality far too well, last year BP's global profits hit £23 billion. Shell reported its highest ever profit, a whopping £32 billion. This year, the world's biggest five oil companies are expected to hand investors more than £80 billion. Record bills for my Coventry South constituents have meant record profits for fossil fuel giants. And eye-watering North Sea oil and gas profits aren't an accident. They are by design. They are aided and abetted by government choices. The government's North Sea tax and subsidy regime is so skewed in the interests of fossil fuel companies that for years Shell and BP got away with paying zero tax on North Sea production. It is so rigged in these companies' interests that the company developing Rosebank oil field will get a £3 billion tax break to develop the site, meaning our constituents will pay for 91% of the cost of developing it. So the public pay the costs, the company creams off the profits, and then we all face the consequences of their climate-wrecking activity. And there is no doubt about that because the science is clear. Developing new oil and gas fields is incompatible with our climate commitments. So, Mr. Deputy Speaker, more oil and gas extraction may be good for fossil fuel companies and their shareholders, but it spells disaster for the rest of us. Because if we continue to let the climate crisis deteriorate, we condemn our constituents to a world where extreme weather patterns become more common and more severe, where there are more Storm Hanks and more Storm Ishas, where their winds blow harder and their floods get deeper. We condemn young people across the country to a world where droughts destroy crops and food system break down, where sea levels rise and millions are displaced. Mr. Deputy Speaker, that is the world that this climate-wrecking bill is helping to create. But there is an alternative, and it's called a Green New Deal, a programme of state-led investment in green industries, rapidly replacing fossil fuels with renewables, creating millions of good, unionised green jobs, taxing the richest and redistributing wealth and power in the favour of ordinary people. Mr. Deputy Speaker, unlike this bill, that is a plan that puts people and planet before profit, and there is no time to waste. So I urge colleagues to vote against this climate-wrecking bill and build that brighter alternative. Thank you.